Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Daze and welcome to this Bray Wyatt theory video. We are going to talk about the cryptic clues, the Easter eggs, lots of different things that were potentially hidden inside of tonight's little segment featuring Bray. It wasn't the biggest segment. It was a backstage segment. It was very interesting. Obviously, Bray kind of losing it a little bit with someone backstage because they interrupted him. Seemingly Bray getting very angry. And there's a lot to talk about. So we have already done a video on it. We're going to look at some of the images from that segment. But we're going to talk about a bit of Bray news first. Bit of housekeeping. There was a phone call the other day that Triple H did as we build towards Crown Jewel. He was saying that certain SmackDown shows that have had QR codes and Bray segments, they've seen like 20% increase in viewers for those segments, saying that the SmackDown of the 23rd was the most watched episode since March of 2020. And again, he puts that down to Bray. Also talking about how Extreme Rules resulted in a 30% increase in total viewership, making it the most watched Extreme Rules in history. So loads of interesting numbers there. Bottom line is Bray and Bray's return and White Rabbit has had a big impact on the viewership. And his merch sales are amazing as well. Saying here that the t-shirt that came out from Extreme Rules has gone on to be the top selling item, not only for WWE, but on all of the Fanatics websites. Fanatics, I believe, sell lots of shirts relating to lots of different sports and franchises. And the Bray Wyatt shirt was the absolute number one bestseller across everything they sold, which is amazing news. So Bray absolutely killing it in views and killing it in merch sales as well. Sean Ross Sapp would also report that Triple H went on to talk about the success of White Rabbit, and it was so successful, they are planning more strategic stunts. So I don't know if they're planning more for Bray or if they're going to do them for other people, but either way, it was a big success, so that's not gone unnoticed. Expect to see more QR codes, social media campaigns, basically what we just got with White Rabbit. It was a big, big success. Big shout out to Uncle Grimmy. Uncle Grimmy sent this over, and Uncle Grimmy is a legend. I mean, really digging into the detail. But here you can see on the top left an image that we get quite a lot in those Bray vignettes, those Bray segments. And basically, Uncle Grimmy has found it on iStockPhoto.com. It's basically a generic image. And it's becoming more and more obvious that a lot of the imagery that we are seeing in those segments, they are generic images or they are taken from vignettes from the past. And we've got some really cool examples coming up later in this video. Wanted to just point this out as well. I'm sure you've heard the news. Bray Wyatt will be at Crown Jewel, and that is going to be live tomorrow at the time of recording this. It's obviously on a very early time. It's actually midday on the East Coast of America, and it's about 4 p.m. here in the UK. So we will be doing a live watch along for it. We will be live a good couple of hours before throughout the whole show. I'm sure we'll be around after as well. So if you are watching the show and you want to share your thoughts or just join in with the live reactions and kind of put your thoughts in as things are happening, then go over to the Wrestling Daze website. We will be live for that tomorrow. Now we can get into some of the images. Now, I've not included everything because, to be honest, 99% of the images are images that we've seen before. I've just tried to pull out some of the kind of key images and things that I don't think I've seen before. I've also pulled out the images that I think are most interesting to me. So we're going to go through those. This is not that interesting, but I just don't think I've seen it before. It feels like it's a face and maybe someone that's shaking their head like so fast it's blurry. Of course, there could be some kind of effect that's been added to it as well, but I feel like it's a face. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be anything too important. I don't think this is going to be a new member or anything like that, but I've not seen it before, so I just wanted to include it. Kind of the same with these eyes as well. I don't remember seeing these eyes before, but of course we could be seeing these images just messed up with like static over the top, or the contrast changed, or, you know, lots of different ways of messing with images. But yeah, I thought this was interesting. Again, I'm not sure that this is going to be connected. I feel like this is probably more stock footage, or maybe taken from a film or something along those lines. But again, I don't recall seeing these eyes. We have seen an eye before. Felt like that could have been Liv Morgan or someone, but then it turned out it was actually an eye from a very, very old Wyatt family vignette. So, again, I'm not getting too excited about this. I'm not looking at this trying to figure out who this is anymore. It's worth mentioning, but I'd feel very confident it's probably from an old vignette, or it's stock footage, or something along those lines. This was kind of interesting as well. Again, a tree standing alone as there's fire kind of burning all around, as everything burns around it. This tree kind of standing on its own. Is that a bit symbolic of Bray? The last man standing as fire rages around him. Nowhere to turn kind of a situation. Not sure. I thought it was very interesting imagery. I really liked it. The other one I liked as well was this, and shout out to AEW fan who during the watch along made the point that it wasn't that long ago that Drew was in a car crash at the start of Smackdown. We don't know how that car crash happened. It was never explained that it was Carrion that was the cause of that car crash. Carrion certainly was there, but we don't know how the car crash happened. And AEW fan just theorized, is this a little hint towards a car and a car crash? Could it be that Bray played a part in that car crash on SmackDown from a few weeks ago? I just thought it was really interesting. This is an image I really have not seen before. Feels a little bit kind of out of the way. Like, I don't know why this is there. So, again, obviously it's broken. Is Bray broken? But maybe it is a hint towards that car crash from SmackDown. So, again, very interesting. This is the one, though. I think out of all the images I saw, this is the one that really kind of grabbed my attention because, I mean, it's a face. It's quite a clear face. You get quite excited because, you know, it's a face. And so you're looking at it going, is that a new member? During our watch-along, Canadian kids made the point saying that the logo on the cheek looks like the Jigsaw logo from the Saw franchise. For me, I think this is showing too much. My feeling during the live watch-along was that if they're going to show this much of a face, then I think it's stock footage. I think they're not going to give you a big reveal like this, just like, you know, during the show. I think if they want to reveal a new person, then I think we're going to build towards it. They're going to tease it. I don't think they're just going to show you. So for me, I felt quite comfortable that this isn't a new member and that this is going to be like stock footage or old footage or something along those lines. And actually, we think it is. So a massive shout out to 1216. Bray Wyatt is back. Gerber Black 1 on Twitter, who put this up on Twitter, and you can see it's already starting to get some good likes. Feels like this is it. Apparently, this is an image that was shown from the Firefly Funhouse Extreme Rules 2020 Swamp Match. And that is an image that was shown from that time. So it feels like what's happened is that image has been taken again from the past. It's been kind of messed up, manipulated, and found its way into tonight's show. So feeling pretty good that that's what that is. I don't think that's going to be a new member. This is brilliant. I must admit, I did not notice this when it happened live. But this is brilliant. Vamphy, shout out to you. Summer, I noticed, it appears that at one point Bray is trying to tear something Fiend, Howdy mask. And actually, when you rewatch it, it's very true. There's a moment where Bray gets himself so worked up. If you've not seen this segment, he's in an argument basically with someone that's just interrupted him. And he so happened to be talking about how he hates being interrupted. It's hard for him to share his feelings. So to do it and then get interrupted, like, really takes him to a bad place. And then this person interrupted him. And so he's getting so worked up. At one point, he does kind of just briefly pull at the side of his head. It's very interesting. It does feel like anger has maybe took over him, and he's trying to relieve it by removing a mask. Now, it might be that he's trying to remove the Fiend mask. Could be he's trying to remove the Uncle Howdy mask. But it feels like anger is consuming him, and he's trying to relieve it by taking off the mask. The only problem is he doesn't have a mask on, and so he's not going to be able to relieve it that way. And so that goes back really to what Uncle Howdy was saying. Uncle Howdy said that Bray was lying that he isn't wearing a mask. And here you can see he's trying to take one off. It's really interesting moment. Really, really interesting moment. The other thing that I really liked is we got another glimpse of the person in the owl mask. I really feel we keep seeing this person. I haven't seen this one debunked yet. I can't say that this is stock footage. It does stand a chance of being stock footage, but no one's seemingly found anything yet. So at the moment, we keep seeing this person. I believe this is the person that was at the top of those stairs. I believe this is the person in the owl mask that we've seen before and we've done theory videos on. I feel like we keep seeing this person. My best guess is that this is Bo. That's my current guess. Obviously, it might not go that way, but this is another shot of someone in that mask. So we do keep seeing them. So that's interesting. This person is interesting as well. We keep seeing this person with their arms outstretched. I get the vibe, and I've said before, I feel like this could be Vincent. Vincent from Ring of Honor. He does strike a similar pose sometimes. He also has dreads. Kind of feels like this person has dreads as well. There's maybe every chance they brought Vincent into pose for these and they're not actually going to use him as part of a new Wyatt faction. But I think they will. If they bring him in to do these kind of things, I would think he would end up being revealed as being part of it. Obviously, I don't know that it's him. This, again, could be stock footage that gets debunked. But I like it. I'm interested in this. These are the two people that I'm really interested in. Of course, Uncle Howdy as well, who is behind the mask. But on top of Uncle Howdy, these two are ones that are really standing out to me. The other thing, and I know this just looks like a blurred picture, and that's because it kind of is, there's something else that kept happening during tonight's segment. When we were going in and out of the images we just looked at, and of course many other images that were in there, most being images we've seen before, when we kept going in and out, it did this kind of zooming in, zooming out kind of effect. So it was kind of like we were, dare I say, looking into someone's mind and then coming back out again. That is very much the vibe that I was getting. It's not like the images were coming across as static and they were like, you know, someone was hacking into the show. I wasn't getting that vibe. You know, Bray would be berating this guy and then we would get this kind of zooming in effect where we would look at the images and then zoom back out again. As I said, very much like we're going into someone's mind and then coming back out again. So I said it in the other video. I feel more and more like this is a split personality. I feel like a lot of the images we're seeing are images of Bray's past. Uncle Howdy is in there. I still very much think that Uncle Howdy will be revealed to be Bray. Of course, it could end up being Bo as well, but that's kind of where my head's at the moment. And it was very, very interesting. The final thing that I've got is this. This is doing the rounds, and I just wanted to show it you because it's really interesting. This apparently is something we could be seeing tomorrow for Crown Jewel. During Bray's segment, they've been testing these drones in the sky above Crown Jewel. That is cool, isn't it? That is really cool. Those are drones that are all lit up to create Bray Wyatt's logo. That is so cool. So that could be something, should be something that we're going to be seeing tomorrow at Crown Jewel when Bray comes out. So don't know what to expect tomorrow. I would expect something significant. I think there's probably a really good chance we could get an Uncle Howdy reveal. Obviously, that is not guaranteed. But obviously, Bray's going to come down, and I'd be expecting something. I don't think he's going to just come down and say a few words and that's it. He's going to be interrupted. And I think it's going to need to be somewhat significant. This is a premium live event. We need a big talking point. So, yeah, I think maybe we could find out tomorrow who Uncle Howdy is. But that is far from confirmed. Let me know what you're expecting down in the comments below. Really appreciate the support as always. And I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.